It's showtime!
So, how
If
are you
not,
guys
I mean,
doing?
we have time to redo it. We are doing very well. How are you?
I am doing good. This is my first actual interview I've done with someone who's not a friend, so a little nervous for that one.
Sweet.
Yay! We're lucky to be your first.
And honestly, I do have to say I am actually really looking forward to having you guys at our church's vacation Bible school as well, because this
So
is
are we.
this is the
Yeah.
first time, as far as I'm aware, that any church at least I've gone to has done something like this that's centered all around music. So that is just awesome that you guys wanted to be a part of that as well.
We are
Yeah.
so excited, and I mean, I heard it was near the beach, so we're very excited for that too.
Well, we're by a lake, not
Oh, by a
necessarily
lake. Okay,
not
there you go.
necessarily by a beach. The closest beach is like maybe 2 hours away.
Oh man, okay.
All right. So how about we just go ahead and get introductions out of the way for people who don't know who you guys are.
So I'm Meredith. I'm the lead vocalist and the guitarist, and I play piano here and there as well.
I'm Christian. I am the drummer and screamer.
And we have our sister who's the bassist, and she couldn't join us today. So you get us.
Well, two out of the three isn't bad, right? All right. So out of curiosity, where exactly did the name of the band come from? Like, what made you choose Undefeated as your band name?
I am gonna tell the story how it actually happened.
Mhm.
And I'm going to disagree.
Every single time I tell it, he goes, "Can you not say that? It sounds so dumb." Literally, we were just playing at Creation Fest up in Pennsylvania. I told all these people the story, and Christian turns to me, he's like, "That was so dumb. Don't do that again." We were in the car listening to a song by KB, Undefeated. My mom said, "Hey, that's a cool name." And I said, "Hey, we're looking for a band name." And it just became the name.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You can find band names from like the weirdest things ever. I had a band I wanted to start that I wanted to call Crashing Dragonflies because I saw a dragonfly pillow pointed down like it was crashing. So
There you
yeah.
go. That works. You
if
get
anything,
inspiration
it's
from
weird.
everywhere.
Yeah. And how did you guys get like some of the ideas for some of the songs to do? Because I know you guys are a Christian band, so obviously that's a big deciding factor. But some songs, because I'm still somewhat new to the band, so I'm still learning some of your songs. Like, what made you want to go with the different styles that you do, from like, if I recall correctly, ballads to like screaming?
So I am a huge vocal fan. So it can be country, it can be like death metal, it can be anything in between. And if it's good vocals, that's what I like. He and the bassist are very into like heavy guttural,
metal.
like
Yeah.
guttural music, which isn't my thing. But when you put all those songs or all those sounds together, it just kind of comes out with each person's element. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But so far, it's been working.
Yeah.
So it isn't necessarily specifically, we just each have our own love of things and try to write it into the music that we're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And what are actually some bands that gave you guys like influences and everything? Because I have a feeling it's going to be completely different for someone who is not a big fan of the heavy metal between someone who loves heavy metal.
Yeah. On me first. All right. So I definitely draw inspiration from like War of Ages, Wage War, Impending Doom. All of those guys, love them.
Oh, okay.
Ever hear of Gojira?
Oh, Gojira, yep.
Yeah, they're awesome. I definitely like the drummer there. Super cool.
Yeah. I love Lacey Sturm, top ever. And like Haley Williams from Paramore. All of those I love. Like I just tell people if it was good vocals, if it was like good, like yeah, like you feel it. I love it. But mainly I listen to, Lacey Sturm and Paramore because those are my favorites. At least right now. I get into different things. We've been into Beartooth a little bit, my sister and I. So
oh geez,
that's been
Beartooth. I
fun.
haven't thought about that I haven't thought about that group in a while.
It's
'Cause
good. I keep discovering new songs. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because I've been listening to a lot of stuff like a group called Citizen Soldier who does stuff about mental health, and then a Christian deathcore band called Diamonds to Dust, which I was introduced to by one of my viewers, and it's just like, okay, I love this stuff.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't heard of it. That's awesome.
It's a lot of very heavy metal when it comes to Diamonds to Dust.
Yeah.
the vocals scare me sometimes. Because it's just
Oh.
like, how? And
Oh my goodness.
actually, what are some of the like more difficult songs you guys have had to make? Like whether it be difficulty writing, trying to get the sound right, stuff like that. Like, what's some of the more difficult parts of even having a band?
Of having a band, just all the business side of things, scheduling things,
Daily
whatever.
life.
Yeah, daily
Fair.
life. We have 5 new songs coming out in the next 5 months.
Ooh.
And so scheduling all that, we're actually going on tour in August, which we'll talk about more later. But that takes, the whole chunk of the month. And so we're trying to get all these 5 songs, all the music videos, all the lyric videos and everything stockpiled for us to be able to release,
Mhm.
So it's mainly just getting all that done. But as for hard songs, I always say God is the best co-writer. So I think one of the hardest parts we're struggling with now is just cool music lines. Like, we have the main chords, we have some ideas, we have the lyrics, and then it's just about getting that groove of like, okay, let's not just da 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 da, let's go or just figuring out something fun with it.
Yeah,
At least
just
that's
like,
on my end.
yeah, just
Oh,
like a
yeah,
bunch of
for
trial
me,
and error.
Yeah.
For me, it was Land of the Dead. Dead really, like, I don't know why I couldn't get the ending. It took me like an hour in the studio. It was crazy.
It was.
Oh my.
If you listen to the track, we have the dude still on the end, and that's the one track he got right. So we kept that dude.
Yeah. Because like I finally got the fill at the end, and I just like, dude, yeah. It was awesome.
He did not want to do it. I sent it through anyway because I thought it was so fun.
I find it funny now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
probably just one of those things where it's like it was the heat of the moment thing. Like, you finally get something that you've been trying to get done for the longest time, and then it's like, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna leave this part in here. Because it just works, and people who know the story will think that's cool, and people who don't know will be like, why did they leave that in there? Must have been something. Must have been a reason.
Yeah. And it's fun because he actually, if you go to our YouTube channel, Undefeated Official, and search Land of the Dead, he directed that whole music video himself.
Oh, nice.
Up until then, and still now, I do all the directing and editing. But he was like, I want to do this one, so he took it, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So that turned out. That was fun. That was a difficult video because it was very dark. We
It
filmed
was
in our
dark.
cellar.
It was dark.
But we lived and learned. So
Yeah, that's about the best thing you can do is just learn from them, learn from mistakes or just past experiences.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And what actually got you guys first into music? Like, what made you actually want to start a band? Because I know everyone's stories are completely different.
I was gonna say, long story short, there was I was part of a youth band who just, didn't have room for a lot of people, whatever.
Mhm.
They invited 2 bands, one from Massachusetts, one from Canada, to come down for just a concert they were having. I was asked to play guitar for the worship band. By the way, I was like 13, knew 4 chords, never really played electric, so it wasn't great. But the promoter for the Massachusetts band came up and was like, I just feel like God wants me to encourage you. So he invited me up to his festival up in Massachusetts.
Mhm.
And my family thought like the worst thing that could happen is we didn't go again. So I went, played like 2 songs. I was 14. And just everybody there was like me, like everything just clicked. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And so I asked Christian, my brother, if he would play drums for me. And it just became a band. And my sister joined a couple months ago. Well, about 11 at this point. So now we're rolling and it's so fun. I never wanted to be, I love music. And as the oldest, it was kind of like, oh, cool, she's into music, whatever. But I've never wanted to be like Meredith Dunkel, like I wanted to be a band. I wanted to have that like, camaraderie feeling and stuff. So I'm excited. It's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. You can enjoy it at the same time,
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned with family and everything, like, what is there like a bigger role that family influence for the band, or is it just you kind of separate the family life from band and everything? Like, outside of the band you're family, but in the band you're just like, because I've known some people, like another band I listen to, As the Structure Fails, they kind of like, it's got 2 brothers as the front runners, and they've said that a couple times they kind of separate their brotherness from when they're actually doing stuff for the band as compared to when they're not doing stuff for the band. So is it kind of like that for you guys, or is it just all intertwined?
It's I feel like it's a mix of both. I mom and dad do help out sometimes. Like that'll be our sound guy if we're doing our own sound.
Mom
Mom
manages a
will
lot of business.
well
Yeah.
she'll manage business and merch. But like when we're up on stage, I kind of feel like I don't know, we're just like family up there. I feel like
Yeah,
I don't really think about it. It's just kind of
yeah, it just kind of
what
is
you
what
do.
it is.
Yeah.
We've never thought about it in the let's take a step back, let's be business people, or let's be siblings. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, our whole family is very involved in it, which is really cool, and to have that support behind us.
Yeah,
It's nice.
because I've noticed that's something that doesn't really happen a lot. Either you've got a very supportive family or you just like you just don't care.
Yeah.
which
Yes.
which is always nice to see that there's families out there that do support stuff like
Yeah,
this.
absolutely.
And sorry, I have a list of just general questions.
No, you're
That's
good.
all right.
So I got to keep looking over here from time to time so I don't get myself lost. And actually, what is something that you guys do outside of music that helps contribute to the music, other than of course like church and stuff?
Well, I'm going to take this in a very physical aspect and just
Yep.
say we love weightlifting, and that keeps, it keeps your emotions down. It keeps your body fit. It keeps you being able to move well, be flexible to not break something, if you fall or
Right.
whatever, so that's one of the biggest things that really helps us. He has muscles without working out, so whatever. I have to work hard. No, it's good. But I mean, yeah.
I was like, for me, it'd be like soccer.
Yeah.
Just like the running aspect, cardio that comes with it.
I hate running.
Being able to, I know, but like for double kick and stuff, it definitely helps quite a bit. Keep up the stamina work.
Yeah.
Footwork is always nice.
We're a very active
So.
family, so yeah.
Nice. What's actually something like going back to like the influence for your music and everything? What makes you want to try to do some songs in like a like how Harlan said that you guys do your music is like some of it's like soft coffee shop gospel stuff, and then obviously the heavy metal stuff.
Yeah.
What goes into the process of trying to figure out what songs you want to have in like those specific kinds of styles? Like what makes you want to do one in heavy metal or in like a coffee shop kind of gospel kind of sound?
Honestly, as I sit down and write, songs just come out either way. So sometimes I'll sit down and be like, I'm in a softer mood today. Let's figure out something, mellow. And
Mhm.
then other times I'm like, okay, I know I want this particular riff here, so I'll write around that. So this is something specific as much as my mood that day.
Yeah, but I
Fair.
mean, it also comes. Yeah, she'll write whatever she
Yeah.
wants, and then I'll put drums to it.
And that
Mhm.
changes
And
a
I
lot.
was like, that changes
yeah.
quite a bit because like she'll think it's like a softer song, and I'll start doing like heavy drums.
And then we're like, ooh.
Yeah, and then we'll switch it to electric guitar or something.
Yeah.
Or like she might be like, hey, I think this is really heavy, and then I'll do like some like cymbal-y work, nice easy stuff, and she'll be like, yeah, okay.
Like,
it's
like,
just kind
well,
of
you just threw out what I wanted to do, but let's do your thing instead.
morphs.
But it changes, like from one person, you bring it to the second person, it changes. You bring it to the third person, it changes.
Yeah.
So I want to release at some point, like the whole process, like a video down to like my voice memos, like the very first time, like I wrote it through. I'm still not confident, I don't know the song.
Right.
And then, bring it to them. I think it'd be really cool to, see the process, because I love watching videos like that. But
yeah, stuff like that would be pretty cool because it would help get people I feel like it would also help get people inspired to see the steps that someone
Mhm.
else who creates music does to try to get it to where they want to do it. And because I've known some people who get insanely discouraged because they're not able to get it all the way they want it in just one session, when obviously it's a lot more difficult than that.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
I feel like I can be that way sometimes.
And where do you guys see like the future of the band and the type of music that you make, like the whole like Christian music? Like, where do you guys see the future of that heading?
So we go like we're a rock band.
Mhm.
We ourselves are believers. So obviously that would come through our music, but it's
Right.
not in the sense that like a doctor's office is the Christian doctor's office. The people in it can be Christian, but the
Mhm.
building's not.
Right.
So we consider ourselves like we, promote as a rock band, whatever. However, we're believers. So obviously that truth comes through our music.
Mhm.
And so in the future, honestly, I mean, we're just trying to follow where Jesus wants us to go. It's that do you want us here? Do you want us here? Okay, we're going here.
Yeah.
Like we didn't think we'd be there, but cool, So
Yeah.
it's really just trying to follow that. And we have no idea what we're doing. We don't know where we're going. I mean, we have dreams, but
You're just
we'll
winging
see.
it at this point.
Yeah.
We're winging it with a plan. Does that make sense?
You've got guidelines on what you want to do, but
Yeah.
you're still
We
winging
have
it
a
the entire
guideline.
way.
Pun. That was a good
I
pun.
know. I know.
Good fun.
Oh.
And this one's not on my list, but it's just something that came to my head. I know that when you guys come to our church, you're doing on that Thursday night, you're doing like a little coffee shop kind of vibe that Harlan told me I was allowed to live stream to be able to put out on YouTube and everything, that you guys were fine with that. So thank you for
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna enjoy it.
absolutely.
I'm gonna enjoy that because that's what I do. I'm like the videographer for the whole VBS stuff. So
Cool.
Sweet.
but when it comes to like your big shows with like with how Harlan described it, like pyrotechnics and all these like effects and stuff,
Yeah.
what exactly is the process for that? Because I've personally always been fascinated with stuff like that and how people are able to do that and not get distracted, even in something like a Broadway musical like Beetlejuice, where there's so much stuff going on, but you're able to just stay focused on what you're trying to do. Like, how does that all work?
The show is part our dad's brainchild. He just came to us literally like 2 weeks ago. He's like, okay, guys, I bought fire. And we're like, you what? So like he's the person that is like, hey, we should do this. Hey, we should do that. And sometimes it doesn't always work, but we try it anyway. So it's more of like a team effort. Like we're not worrying about the smoke. We're worrying about playing the right notes and hitting the right, whatever.
Right.
And he's the one in the back, like, okay, smoke, fire, So it's really a team effort. So each person has their own thing they're worrying about. So we're not worrying about everything that's on stage. You know what I mean? So we're
Right.
worrying about getting our gear up, getting it on, and the sound guy's worrying about the mics being on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's not so much, like a huge, like, stressful thing, But currently we're trying to work out our show to the point that everything's like where we need it to be versus, not quite sure. We're narrowing in, we're dialing in.
Yeah, you're just trying to get it as fine-tuned as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which takes time, but
Yeah, can't Rome wasn't built in a day.
yeah, there you go. But a burning one.
Yeah, I didn't think about that for a minute. My mind immediately went to Pompeii for a second. Like, no, that was a volcano, not burning.
I don't know. I just know that's the end of the quote, so I had to finish it.
I didn't even know there was an end to that quote. I've always just heard the Rome wasn't built in a day, and then that's where people ended. It's like, oh, I didn't know there was more to that. That threw me off. Like, and what made you guys want to be able to go out to even something as small as like my church's Vacation Bible School, where a lot of people obviously just don't know like an individual small church in a small town like Orrington. But what made you guys want to try to play for places like that? Not necessarily just my church, but just small places like that where realistically most people just won't know where the heck that place is, because people like Orrington, where's that? Oh, it's in Maine. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like we said before, we just kind of go where like God takes us, I guess. When an opportunity comes up, we'll just say, heck yeah, let's go do it. I mean, it's just I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those, the opportunity knocks. We're like, all right, God, cool. Like,
Yeah.
we'll go there. It
And
works. Because if you say no in the little things, how is he going to give you more?
Right.
That's
Walk through
true.
the door he gives you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That's true.
Oh man, no, I'm just kidding.
No, I had that back in January.
No, I was kidding.
Thankfully I only had the fatigue part of that, so I just slept the 4 out of the 5 days.
Yeah.
I didn't have to work, so it's just like, well, at least that's part of the many years of sleep I've missed. Honestly though, like I really am just looking forward to being able to not only help with everything to do with the Vacation Bible School and just being able to meet you guys, but just being able to see how everything goes, like how the interactions go for people who may not know you guys. They're reactions to the music, because obviously a lot of younger people these days go for the rock, heavy metal stuff, but then some of the older people don't
Yeah.
really appreciate rock or metal the way that most people these days do. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how the reception of all of that is for everyone who ends up coming to this whole stuff. It's going to be fun.
So are we. We're very excited, especially because we're doing like the acoustic thing the night before and then the rock the next day. It's a cool, thing going on.
Flippity flip.
Yeah, and it'll definitely be cool for people for the younger people who might have aspiring music careers but not knowing where to start, being able to meet people who were able to make it work. So I think that'll definitely be pretty cool. And it'll be my first concert ever, so that'll be fun.
Yay! Sweet. That's so cool.
I turn 25 next month and I've never been to a concert. Wow.
I've only been to like 3, so well, I mean more that we've played, but 3 that I've specifically
just 3 that you've actually bought tickets for and gone
to.
Me, I've just never had the chance for that. I'm broke.
Yeah. I mean,
money sucks.
We're musicians. We're always broke.
I'm a content creator. I'm always broke. And but yeah, honestly, I'm just definitely looking forward to seeing how everything turns out. And it was just really cool to be able to talk and quote unquote interview you guys, because I call it an interview, but I don't personally see it as an interview. It's just getting just a conversation, just being able to get to know people. And
absolutely, it's really fun. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And the final question that I do want to ask you guys is, what's one message that you would give to your fans or just anyone who's listening to your music, who listens to your music?
Oh.
I said life's too boring, or life's too quick to wear boring clothes. So wear that glitter.
Yeah. Oh goodness, I don't have anything. I am going up blank.
Just hit you with a hard question right at the end.
School.
No, leave school. Be in a band.
I've actually left school quite a few times to go play shows.
He was in danger of not graduating literally because of seat time, because of how often we were playing.
Oh geez.
But he graduated, so we're good.
We graduated. We're good.
That's good at least. I graduated too, but barely. I hate math.
Same. I mean, I was homeschooled, but I still hated math. My mom loved it. It's the worst thing. I'm so glad to be done.
Everything about school these days is just very confusing.
Yes, they just don't even get me started on curriculums and all that.
No, none of it makes any sense anymore. Oh, and another one I legitimately just thought of. Out of all of your guys' music videos, which ones, or just even music in general, which one's your favorite? Like, what's your favorite song that you've either written or your favorite music video?
Future is the favorite song I've ever written. That one's not released yet, so stay tuned to our social media pages. On Facebook, we're Undefeated Official Music, Instagram, Undefeated_official, and YouTube, Undefeated Official. That song will be coming out in the next couple of months. We have 5 songs coming out in 5 months. Yeah. So I'm not sure what lineup it's going to be in, but Future, I think, is the best song we've ever written. So I'm very excited for that one.
All right. And what about you, Christian?
Future. Yeah, Future is super cool. I love Future. That one's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
Just like listening, but I listen to it. Like, I never listen to our stuff.
Me neither.
Just like free listening. In Future, I continue to go back to that song and be like, yeah, that was pretty cool. My favorite music video though would be Cages. Definitely, that was fun to like rattle around in there, get all dirty for a day. That was great.
Yeah, I was about to say, me personally, my favorite song and music video would be Cages, but that's also because that was how I was first introduced to you guys. That was the first song and music video, so it's just like, okay, as of right now, this is my definitive favorite.
That was a good one. That was fun. That one was good. When that one released, we were like, yeah, that one's our best one. And now that we recorded more, we're like, yeah, no, this one's our best one.
It's like, yeah, forget that one. This one's better. And no one's even heard it yet.
Yeah, I'm very excited though. Like all these new songs and the old songs, it's cool. It's cool to create new things, things that you're proud of. So.
Oh yeah. And also since I'm sure I'm gonna be sending this to my church and also potentially putting it on my own YouTube channel. I can put links to everything you were talking about as well in the description as well, so people can go check you out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Unless there was another one I was missing.
No, that works. Thank you. Literally we tell people like literally every single like gets music further. So we appreciate any and all support. Like literally nothing too little.
Yeah. Have you guys ever thought about trying to post like small snippets of your music to like TikTok or something? Because I know that's where a lot of
we've just started TikTok, and I mean, it's hard keeping up with 3 social media pages. So when you add 4,
fair point.
It's one of those things where, we have one. We have a couple stupid videos up, but they're funny. So if you need a laugh, we're undefeated official music is TikTok as well.
All right, I'll try to find you guys on there too. All right. Well, I really do appreciate you guys wanting to do this interview with me. It was honestly a lot of fun just being able to get to talk with you guys and get to know you a bit better before
awesome.
VBS.
Yeah, we're very excited to come. So thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
you're
much.
welcome. And I really do appreciate everything.
We'll just wave.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.